Okay guys, so yeah, that first game of the day there that we just played was a bit of a painful blow, but I mean I have to sort of really take that one on the chin as a silver player. But it did leave me a little bit sour because I had that bit of luck capturing his spy early in the game. But it was again majors that sort of let me down. I'm starting to learn a bit of a painful lesson that I'm sort of finding a few games now where, although it's kind of can pay off to a certain degree with going in with my majors early, that I'm finding myself needing my majors. Oh, actually, we've got a match here from Sevenseas, so let's go ahead and play Sevenseas. It's a coincidence that he's actually joined while I'm filming. Let's send him a message then, and I'll let him know that I'm recording. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a match here against Sevenseas. He's a platinum marsher, as you can see here. He's one of the friends of Silver Hammer, which is Maxosity, is the channel on YouTube, which is, as I've mentioned in my first videos, that's what's inspired me. Yeah, I'm likely to get beaten. But yeah, okay. Now he's probably seen some of my setups. In case he's seen some of the videos already. But yeah, he's a friend of Maxosity, and then we connected on the forum. I mentioned that I started the channel, and now we're friends here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a setup then, just sort of off the cuff. I don't normally play a bombed in flag in the corner, so let's go for something like that. And I don't normally have it over this side ever, so it's going to be a case of seeing what we can do. I think what I might do is a couple of these sort of fake wedges over here, let's see with the other bombs. Try and have one. Let's have one of these bombs over here. So if he's, he might feel, well, because the bombs are over that side, that the flag's over this side. So let's try and go with that. It's a strange one because I'm so used to kind of having the spy and the marshal in the middle, and I'm going to be a bit thrown on this one. But let's see what I can do. What I might do is sort of get them in a nearby position to that, and then try and shuffle them in there. I think this looks like a handy spot for my spy. I think I realistically need to have my general over here. I might sort of have my colonel quite near the front line there. Perhaps save a colonel over this end. So I've got two big pieces either side. It looks reasonable. I'm going to go in with the majors through the middle again. Through the lanes again, one on each lane, and get them supported by some captains in the front line. I don't know, it's just one of these things. I think I almost subconsciously, when I go up against a platinum player, I'm kind of thinking, oh wow, you know, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. But you know, you can't really go into it with that attitude, because you're almost defeated before you start. So I'm not one of these kind of people that like to do that. So I'm just going to get my miners scattered about. I think I've decided recently that, you know, I like to have one of each piece on my back row, so I've got some of them in reserve. I'll have 2 scouts on my back row because you know, I tend to try and use my scouts late, flush out the other opponent's scouts, and use my scouts later on in the game. I don't like to necessarily have them in the front rows, because then when you get scouts coming in, you kind of lose your scouts, 4 scouts, so I tend to find that that's not really productive. So okay, well, this looks like a reason. Oh, actually, I might put a scout there actually instead, because I'm looking a bit there with scouts there. And actually the same here. I might have another scout there, and that one there, and this one here. And let's try and save this setup actually. I'll overwrite this one. Okay. And let's just wish him good luck. And let's see. Okay, wish me luck, guys. This is going to be a tough one, no doubt. So, okay. Now, I mean, as I say, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and kind of maneuver my pieces into those regular positions, because you know, for me it works as a way to kind of get my spy. I like to have my spy in a position with a clear route where I can then go ahead and start to kind of try and lure that marshal in, you know, reveal my general at the right time, and then kind of get him to, you know, sort of want to chase that general. And another tip with doing that, obviously, if you don't know it's his marshal before he's done it, then, you know, try and have a scout somewhere in position where you can then kind of test whether it's his marshal beforehand, and then you don't have to worry about sort of being bluffed that way, you know. So let's see what's going to happen here. Okay. So we know that this is a captain. I'm going to go up here now with this lieutenant then, and just sort of try and clear out his front line a little bit, and then see what I can achieve. He's coming in sort of down this flank the majority of the time, so let's see what he's got here. I think what I'll do is going to bluff with this lieutenant, and I'm going to go ahead and try and make headway on his flank. He knows that is a lieutenant, so if he is bluffing out of any of these 2 pieces, I think it's more likely to be the second one. So let's go for that. Okay, well he's got it covered, so that's fine. I think what I'll do is carry on, go ahead and make headway here. Okay, so he's got his colonel there. Hopefully, I don't think he's going to necessarily lotto. He doesn't know that that is a 7 at this point. So I'm just going to try and get my... yeah, now I do need to be a bit cautious there, because he's obviously now in a position where he can, you know, go straight in for my flag here, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to just move my marshal up here, and yeah, now you see he's potentially going to get this colonel, this major, pretty sharpish now. So I think what I may do is try and salvage what I can over here. I mean, is he going to go for that with his colonel straight away? Doesn't look like it. So we may be able to get this piece out of here if possible, and at the same time put him under a bit of threat. With this, I'm going to have to kind of defend with my marshal. And I probably made a bit of a mistake there, because he realised, you know, that there was no real cover there. So yeah, it's a bit of a mistake. He's already sort of gained on me at the moment. But let's see. Hopefully he may start walking into. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure if I actually moved that piece or not, but he's gone for it there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try and salvage this captain for the time being, and hope that he might just come down with that other captain and walk into what I've got there. It would be nice to get his colonel, to be honest, but he looks as though he's prepared to sort of take some risks for that colonel. So I'm not sure. I'm going to have to lotto a bit myself. That's a shame. I sort of thought I may have had to kind of try and balance the books a little bit there by doing a bit of lottoing myself. But I think what I'm going to do is going to get my general out and over there, and see if we can then, pin this colonel in, at least get this colonel from him. And now I'm going to have to expose my colonel, get this captain out of the way. Not ideal, but I think, right, now there we are. We've got potential here for his colonel. Now, do I want to sort of bluff him out? Well, my general's in a position where it's not really handy, so I'm going to have to take him with my marshal now, which is a shame. Sort of revealing my marshal early doors here, and now we've got a potential threat of two things really. We've either got the threat of his marshal coming in to just do a straightforward trade, or his general to come steaming in on the other flanks, so that's unfortunate. We're going to get some reinforcements over here for the flag, obviously, even though I've got my 10 there. I don't particularly want to be in a position where it's all of a sudden not enough. I need to be able to sort of defend this flag here. So I know he's got two majors here, so I think maybe what I might do is start to try and make some headway here. See if I can try and get him to reveal where his big guns are. He knows this is my colonel, so I think what I'll do is take this with a scout. Okay, so let's see what he's going to do here. I think it might be worth just exchanging miners at this point, just so that I don't leave my spy exposed in there. I don't particularly want to do that. So okay, let's try and, I mean, he's not likely to have forgotten where my colonel is, so although I don't want to sort of re-expose it, that let's give ourselves a chance he may have forgotten. Okay, so here we go. He's now approaching there with that general, so I'm going to need to come over here and start trying to defend this. Now I've probably left my general in a position here where it's potentially going to get exchanged, which is not what I really particularly want to do, So I think what I'm going to do is maybe let's keep my flanks going a bit here. I think this was his major up here. Now, you see, I don't particularly want... I've left myself in a position here where, well, I think what I'm going to have to do is going to have to get my general out over this way and round somehow, because I think, yeah, what I may do is start to bluff this with my spy, or as a spy. Now I know that's a major there, so I'm just going to pull back here. I believe that was a major. Oh! I've lost track of that one there. I thought that was his major, so I've made a terrible mistake there. And now I'm finding myself obviously in a position here where yeah, alright, okay, well what I do know then is that you know, I'm going to need to really hope that he buys that bluff with that spy here, or even with this one I can try and double bluff him here. Now he's saying there's either his spy is behind there. Now that's interesting. So yeah, he's managed to get himself in that position. I think what I'm going to have to do is double bluff him on his marshal. I could really do with getting round there now, getting to that spy as soon as possible. I think I'm going to need to get my general out here, and then hope that I can then force him. Okay, now that's interesting. He is forcing my general that way, so let's see what's going to be the best thing for me here. Yeah, I think what if I move my lieutenant up and try and sort of go for that square again, then what I may find is that I may be able to sort of get round there now. Now it's a real shame I don't have a scout here. I think, look, I'm going to try and get round this way. Now it's highly likely he's got a okay, so yeah, he's got a big piece here, so I think what I'm going to have to do is try and bluff my general here now, and then force him this way. Now he's attacking with his marshal, so yeah, here we go. Now I think I may be in a bit of business here, because yeah, I've managed to bluff him out there. I've managed to get his spy with my fake bluff here of the general. I saw his colonel, he exposed his colonel. I went up there aggressively with my miner, and now we're in a position where, you know, we've made a bit of headway here. So okay, let's see what we've got going on now. I'm happy with that. I've got his spy now, so but obviously this guy is not silly, you know, he knows what he's doing, so he's probably got a backup plan for that anyway, and I've got to be aware now that okay, now that was a bomb. We've got to be careful we don't start losing track of things. I just messaged him and said that commentating doesn't help on the concentration levels, you know, so although I've got to have a bit of a result there, I need to be careful that you know, it doesn't go to waste. So okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just going to move my marshal up here now, and play a bit of a waiting game to a certain degree here. I think, yeah, now that is his colonel over here, so you see as soon as I start attacking there, I think what I may do, he's used all his scouts here, so I think what I may do is try one of my favourite moves, which is to go ahead and attack his colonel with my spy now. Now you see what could happen here is that he'll come ahead with his marshal and now you see, I wonder, is this his other colonel over here? I think what I may do is yeah, you see, I think it's probably his other colonel over that. Oh no, we've got his other colonel, so this is probably going to be a major, one of his majors. So realistically, I could do with getting my colonel over that side. Now you see, I don't think the spy is necessarily going to work over there. Because he's not an attacking player with his marshal, so perhaps what I could do is try and get this piece in a position. I need to really get my general now. Oh, I think I may have made a terrible mistake here now, because if this is a minor. Oh no, okay. Alright, so that's fine. I think what I realistically need to do is to get my general over that side, because I think that if he does start to approach here now with this marshal, then I know then that I've got a bit of cover. I believe that was a 6 or 5. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. Now, yeah. Now we know this is his marshal here, so I think that let's see what he's going to do there, because I think what I may do is start trying to step round. I don't really want to make a move where he feels that that's my spy there, but we're going to see. We're going to see what's going to happen here. I think what I want to do is get my general round now, because we know that he's got a colonel over that side. You know, I think that let's see. You see now where he didn't buy the bluff last time with the spy. You know, he could potentially be thinking, oh well, you know, I could be bluffing with the spy again. Now, you know, he obviously knows how to defend well here, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to snag any of those pieces there by the look of it. Well, colonel is obviously what I was going for, so I think I'm going to have to retreat again, and you know, maybe get him to come this way, which is not ideal now, because he's obviously wanting to do the exchange here. Now I don't think he even knows that that's my general anyway, but he does know where my marshal is, so I think that he's really looking to press on with that exchange there, which is a shame. Now what I do know is that his colonel is that side, so potentially what I could do is to go ahead and try and kind of keep his try and keep his marshal occupied around that side, and then try and you know, go ahead and snag something around this side. So I think what I want to do is just cover this spy position here now, because I think what he's going to do is he's obviously going to try and come in with his marshal now. So I think what I'm going to do is just back off on this one, because even if it's a major, then we're going to have to exchange. He has got a major up on me, so it's a position where, you know, he could be playing the numbers game now. I need to now realistically just sort of start making a break for it, really, and try and get some of these pieces, if at all possible. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead with a lieutenant. He's got captains. Okay, I mustn't lose track of that. That's his marshal now. So I think what I'm going to do is just sort of send one over this side, see what he's got going on here, and then because he's going to start trying to press down here for an exchange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the bluff here that my spy is here. Now let's see what he's going to do here, because I may be able to try and get him in a pin. Now these pins are very difficult, but they do tend to work if you sort of persist with them and get him into a corner. Now what's he going to do? He's probably going to run right down the back, but this is my only chance now to try and make some headway, and try and, you know, at least get somewhere with this. Now that's a shame. He's going to try and exchange this colonel now. So I think what we're going to do is press ahead with this bluff. He believes that this is my spy. He really does believe my 7 is my spy. Now let's see. He's now, yeah, you see, it doesn't always work, because I mean, I've had this in previous games myself where, you know, they've sort of tried this on me. And if you've got cover in place like this, where, you know, you can kind of essentially attack the spy if the worst comes to the worst, then you know, it won't work. So let's see here. I may have potentially put myself in trouble by kind of doing this, you know. So let's think about this here. I think what I'll do, I think, yeah, okay, actually, let's try my colonel out the way. And then see if I can try and salvage one of these pieces. I'm sort of put myself in a bit of trouble here. He's, you know, he's well aware how to defend here. What I may do is just try and snag a piece. But I think I want to try and save my spy, to be honest. I think I'm going to just move that one out. Move my marshal up. Yeah, I've ended up in a bad spot here. So I think it's really GG, to be honest, because he's not going to let me trap his marshal. And his colonel is, you know, still wreaking havoc here. So I think I'm going to have to try and escape with my spy. Probably going to have to exchange and lose my lieutenant. And then end up with an exchange with my colonel. And then, yeah, I'm going to again find myself down to my majors. And realistically, you know, going to be difficult to get my minor there to actually be effective now. I think realistically it is going to be GG, but I think what I may do is my last attempt here to try and sort of get my minor going through the middle there. Let's see if we can get him. I think what I may do is even bluff that this is my spy all along now, and see if we can try and get something salvaged here. Now I have left my flag exposed again, obviously, so there's a potential here for him to come in now and kind of wreak havoc again. So let's see. I may be able to sort of pin him in a corner here, but he's going to get my last captain as a consequence, and then I'm still in a position where I'm on the run big time, I think that he's probably got a good idea that now this is my flag here, so realistically it's going to be very, very difficult for me to be able to sort of create any type of attack here. I think my only real hope could be to try and get this minor over, and then perhaps try and convince him that the minor is the spy. So I think that's my only chance at this point. If I try and sort of put that minor there and then come round this side with my spy, and then try and see here, see if I can sort of get this minor maybe to attack this one as a last ditch effort. It's a risky strategy. Oh well, no, it didn't work in the slightest, so I think we're going to call that GG, and I'll say thanks for the vid. And yeah, I'm going to upload this as soon as possible. Hope you learned something from it, okay, so so yeah, he's saying he thought I would have put my bomb and my flag in the third row, but yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, my bomb flag was yeah, so I hope you learned something from that. So hopefully I wasn't sort of having to ponder too long, so my commentary suffered, but I sort of thought out loud, so hopefully you could see my thought processes, and maybe in Sevenseas he'll have a good laugh now when he watches this back. So yeah, so I'm going to say to him, yeah, I hope you have a laugh watching my struggle on the vid. Yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Tell me where I went wrong, what I could have done differently, because that's one of the things that I want to try and do is learn. So and yeah, I'd really appreciate it as well. So like, comment and subscribe, guys, and I look forward to the next one. See ya. Bye.